Yeah, if you could all just make sure that you have lots of stories to tell, please. That'll make life a lot easier for everyone. And really, the simplest way of doing that particular thing is to realize you've had a life. You haven't just popped out of a box this instant. And that means you have like a lifetime of very rich and rewarding experiences, right?
And frankly, every time you open your mouth, you tell a story. Unless you're giving a list of facts, and that's not much of a conversation, right?
Right.
Yeah, and we're going to be focusing on personal stories, on the stories we tell. Can I give an example?
I think that would be nice.
Yeah. My friend Steve, when I first met him, it was like a networking event. And I asked him what he did, and he said, well, I'm an accountant. And the way he said it, his whole demeanor, told me that he wasn't very thrilled about that aspect. He didn't feel that what his work, was particularly exciting or interesting. So over time, I got talking to him a bit more and asked him a few questions about it. So who are your clients? Well, he's based in Brighton. Brighton's a very creative town. And it turns out that quite a few of his clients are musicians and bands. So I asked him, so have you got some famous name clients? He was like, well, yeah, there's a couple of bands where, you'd have definitely heard of them. But what really excites me is the new bands, the guys who've, they've been putting the effort in for years and years, and finally they've got a break. They've got the recording contract. They've got a record in the charts, and suddenly they start getting the offers, and the money starts coming in. And unless they're prepared for that, they can spend it all at once on the wrong things. So I said, Steve, so what you're telling me is that you help future rock stars prepare for financial success. He smiled at that and laughed. But, oh, okay. Yeah, I know what you did just then. There's a way of framing what we do and finding the positive in it, finding the passion, the excitement,
Well, my name is Alexander Liepen. My storytelling skills have improved pretty strongly. Like yesterday I was driving in a tram home and there was a lady. I usually don't talk much, but suddenly the whole tram was talking to each other. And usually I'm not the guy who thinks of witty, interesting things. I know people who can come up with things all the time, interesting, funny things, and I just listen to them and laugh. And here I was the guy telling funny, interesting things all the time, and just came up like that. So I guess it's from the exercises we did. So yeah, my skills have improved. The insight that I had, which I have experienced from the training, is the idea that I suddenly realized that different people have different views on life. And sometimes arguments that we consider convincing to ourselves are completely not convincing to them. And it might be pointless to try to prove anything because their premises of proof are based on completely different ideas. So now I realize why different people have different disagreements and can't find same ground, is because basically they base their whole life's ideology on different perspectives. And perhaps the only way to find a common ground is to find common stories, common experiences. And this program helps me with that.